love.
Caitlin Clark is a likable and lovable superstar. She pays homage to the stars of the past. She pays homage to the Black women that have come before her. And now she is carrying the mantle forward. Caitlin Clark is the most important player in the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark knows what's coming. Caitlin Clark rises up and is the star.
Caitlin Clark is phenomenal. She is somebody like we have never seen before.
Delivered it to them on a silver platter. Meanwhile, RG3 didn't back down. The moment that sparked this, he doubled down on his comments and even dragged others into the discussion. It was a basic basketball play that escalated into one of the most polarizing moments of the WNBA in the past. During a recent matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, defend Reese, Caitlin Clark delivered what's commonly known as a take foul on Angel Reese to control her emotions.
Let's talk about Caitlin Clark's hard foul. Angel Reese gets the ball. Caitlin Clark goes over, does a hard foul, commits a hard foul on Angel Reese.
This is a basketball play.
Now, with this play, they did call a flagrant one on Caitlin Clark.
It was a strategic move. Clark was trying to prevent an easy 2 points, but what happened next turned a simple foul into a viral shove that sparked it. As Reese hit the floor, her response wasn't just frustration, kept it classy. It was explosive. After the game, she addressed the moment with calm clarity, saying, "It was just a good take foul."
I got the tech against each other.
Oh, first of all,
I know.
Let's not make it anything that it's not.
And things nearly boiled over.
It was just a good play on the basketball.
Emotions ran high, but it wasn't just about the contact. The Sky were already down big, and Reese's reaction felt more about anger at the scoreboard than at Caitlin. It wasn't a shove that sparked it.
Lost her mind.
It was
after
ego.
a smart
Clark,
foul.
on the other hand, kept it classy.
This exciting rivalry.
After the game, she addressed the moment with calm clarity, saying, "Just when you thought the drama in the WNBA couldn't get any hotter,
I got the tech.
Angel Reese goes
Oh,
off
first of all,
again." And this time,
let's not make it anything that it's not.
When you look at,
it was just a good play on the basketball.
Shoots from the logo. She shoots from almost half court. She's different.
That's up to their discretion after watching
travel with us in our traveling
initial
party,
whatever
who are
happened during the play and then whatever happened after.
Basketball. Just didn't care for it.
We watch a lot of basketball.
Didn't want to talk about it.
To put them at the free throw line, I'd rather give up 2 points. I've watched a lot of basketball in my life. That's exactly what it was. I wasn't trying to do anything malicious. That's not the type of player I am. So,
fans of her and her game.
Yes, wasn't anything like that. And I went for the ball. That's clear as day in the replay. You watch it. It shouldn't have been upgraded, but. Again, that's up to the ref's discretion.
That I've come up with, the way she has been
AB
treated,
having my back. I guess I don't even know what she did. I didn't see that. Well, girl, fun paying that fine. Can I get half? Can you send me a play?
Angel Reese pushed one of her teammates, Caitlin Clark, had a hard foul, which is part of basketball. I feel like it was assessed correctly.
She reminded everyone that she wasn't trying to send a message.
Intentionally hard foul.
She was just playing smart, competitive basketball.
That's rivalry.
And it's true. Players do this all the time. In a moment that sets social media on fire, there was no extra shove after what many saw as a routine foul. No intention to harm Clark. The replay instead of keeping it cool, Angel turned up the heat, and now people are asking,
walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
Especially considering the context.
It's unbelievable. This is another view right here of Angel just really dropping F-bombs.
But the ref saw the tension and upgraded the foul to a flagrant.
Like that,
Angel's overreaction made the moment look worse than it was, and that's where the controversy
Boston steps in
what made
and
things even
stops Angel
messier
Reese.
was how Angel's teammates that while passion is good for the league, instead of letting it go as a basketball fury, they turned it into something more. The way she reacted gave critics the ammunition they needed to paint her as the villain and a reason to double down on the us versus them energy.
As well.
What could have been a short clip buried in the highlights became a cultural lightning rod. Not because of the foul, she jumped up because of how Angel Reese reacted nearly boiled over. Her frustration, emotions ran high, loud, but it wasn't just about the unnecessary. The Sky were already down big. Caitlin Clark didn't Reese's reaction felt more about anger at the scoreboard. The only difference was that it was Caitlin Clark. When you're Caitlin Clark, every move you make is going to be magnified. Every basketball player knows that. As the debate over the Caitlin Clark reminded everyone that she wasn't trying to send a message. She was just playing smart, competitive basketball. But it wasn't just fans or pundits. Players do this all the time. Former NFL players and major media voices. There was no extra shove, no dirty hit, no intention to harm. The replay confirmed it.
what
Clark
Angel
went for the
Reese
ball,
did hate.
and that
He said
was
you
it.
could see the hate on her
Walk me through
face
your
for
perspective on the
Caitlin
flagrant
Clark.
foul.
The one
What was
thing
the
we
point
know
you were
about
trying to make to her?
RG3 is he's not having conversation at his home
The
about
color of
what
his
black women have to
as if
endure
the color
in
of
this
her
country,
skin
about
is
what
what makes her
young
special.
black
As if the
women
color of her
and
skin
athletes like
is
Angel
what makes
Reese
her
have
a
had to
good
deal
wife.
with.
I've met the lady,
being
I've
on
had a
the opposite
conversation
side
with her.
of
I think
Caitlin
she's
Clark's
more than
rise
that.
and ascension
In a
into
scathing
stardom.
takedown that made headlines when he publicly claimed
Clark destroyed
that Angel
RG3's
Reese's reaction
narrative.
showed legitimate
First, he
hate
questioned how
for
anyone
Caitlin
could
Clark.
determine someone's
According to
emotional
him,
state or intent.
you could see it on
just
her
by
face
looking at
clear
their
as day.
facial expression.
He wasn't
during a
guessing.
heated moment.
He said it
where
like it was
was
a
this
fact.
type of reaction last
and that's
year?
where things got even messier.
When Angel Reese got
But then came
chokeslammed by
Ryan
Alyssa
Clark,
Thomas of the
former
Connecticut
NFL
Sun.
star
Y'all
turned
remember that?
ESPN analyst.
She got fouled so
and he
hard,
wasn't letting
they
RG3
kicked
off the
Aaliyah
hook.
Thomas out the
RG3,
game with a
he
flagrant
said
2
Angel
foul.
Reese legitimately hates Caitlin
What did Angel
Clark.
Reese
And he
do?
always points out on social
Nothing.
media the
She
color
didn't
of
get
his
up and
white
try to
skin,
swing on her.
as if the color of her
You know
skin
why?
is what makes her special.
The
As if
reaction
the
was
color of
different
her
because
skin
of who
is
did
what
it.
makes her a good
And there
wife.
is a
I've met the lady.
lot
I've
of
had a
history
conversation
there
with her.
with
I
Caitlin
think
Clark
she's more than that.
and
In
Angel
a scathing
Reese.
takedown
According
that
to
didn't
Clark,
hold back,
reading hate off
Ryan
someone's
Clark
face
destroyed
isn't
RG3's
just reckless.
narrative. It's dangerous.
First, he questioned
He
how
said,
anyone could
I'm
determine
not really
someone's
sure when
emotional
we
state or
moved into
intent
being able to
just by looking at their facial expression during a heated moment.
It was Caitlin,
So where
it
was this
Angel
type of
Reese.
reaction
This year,
last year?
We're back at it, right?
Yeah.
I
When
would've
Angel
thought
Reese got
they were trying to
chokeslammed by
promo a
Alyssa Thomas of
fight.
the
And
Connecticut
I think Angel
Sun.
just got
Y'all
up
remember
in
that?
frustration.
She got fouled
Angel,
so hard.
you got to take
They
that one,
kicked
baby.
Aaliyah
Like,
Thomas
it wasn't
out the
even
game with
necessary.
a
I think it's
flagrant
little
2
bit
foul.
too dramatic. I believe
What did Angel Reese
handled
do?
it like a pro.
Nothing.
While Caitlin
She
stayed
didn't get up and try to
composed,
swing
gave a
on
mature
her.
response and let her
You
game
know
do the
why?
talking.
The
Angel once
reaction
again
was
chose
different
chaos.
because of who did it.
And here's the twist.
And there is a
Ryan
lot
Clark,
of history
who's
there.
no stranger
with
to
Caitlin
defending
Clark
strong personalities,
and Angel Reese.
just dropped a truth
According
bomb
to Clark,
that might shake
reading
Angel's
hate off
entire
someone's
image.
face
Any
isn't just
racism
reckless. It's
directed at
dangerous.
Wide open 2
said,
points, or
I'm
we
not
send him
really
to the free
sure
throw
when
line.
we
Nothing
moved
malicious
into
about
being
it.
able
It's
to
just a
read
great take foul. Every
expressions
basketball
and know
player knows
someone's
that.
intent.
But the ref saw the
Character
tension and
upgraded
upgraded
the foul to a
flagrant.
And then he went
Angel's
deeper,
overreaction
cutting
made
straight
the moment
into
look worse than it
RG3's
was.
personal life.
And that's where the
Ryan Clark
controversy
pointed
exploded.
out that RG3
What made
has
things even
never had the
messier
lived
was how
experience of
Angel's
being a black
teammates
woman in
and
America
supporters
or
reacted.
in sports. Instead of letting it
Especially
go
one
as a
like Angel
basketball
Reese.
play, they
He
turned
called
it into
out
something
RG3
more,
for lacking the
a symbol
context
of a
and
rivalry
insight
to make such
and
bold
excuse
claims
to cry foul,
especially
and a
when he
reason.
hasn't
Whatever
had
happened during the
conversations
play,
in
and
his
then
own
whatever
home
happened after.
about the challenges black women
we watch
face.
a lot of basketball. It's
Clark
a take
took it
foul to
further,
put them at the free throw line. I'd rather
referencing
give up 2 points.
RG3's
I've watched
marriages
a lot
to
of
white
basketball in my
women
life. That's exactly
and
what it was. I
suggesting
wasn't
that he
trying to
lacks the
do
cultural
anything
grounding
malicious. That's
to
not the
speak
type
on the
of player I am,
struggles of
so,
athletes like Angel Reese.
Yes, wasn't anything
was
like that. And I
raw,
went for the ball, and that's clear as day in the replay. You watch it. You know,
but
even
even with his defense of Angel's experience,
again, that's up to the ref's
Ryan
discretion,
Clark
but,
wasn't blind to her behavior.
He
made it clear.
Having my back.
Angel
I guess I don't
Reese
even know what she did. I didn't see that.
Her response wasn't just
Girl,
about
paying that
foul.
fine.
It was
I get
emotionally
half?
charged and
Can you-
excessive expressions, especially considering the context,
It's
character, or
unbelievable.
perspective.
This is another view
And then he
right
went
here
deeper,
of
cutting
Angel just
straight
really
into RG3's personal
dropping
life.
F-bombs.
Ryan Clark pointed
I think
out
she
that
says,
RG3 has
you're
never
effing
had the lived
crazy,
experience of being a
something
black
like that,
woman
blah,
in
blah,
America
blah. You
or
crazy
in sports,
as F. What
especially
the
one
F
like
is
Angel
wrong
Reese.
with you?
Aaliyah
He called out
Boston steps
RG3
in
for
and
lacking the
stops Angel
context and
Reese.
insight to
Clark
make such
noted
bold
that while
claims.
passion is good for the league,
especially when he
there's
has
a
a different
difference between
conversations
fire
in
and
his
fury.
own home
And Reese
about the
crossed that
challenges
line.
black women face.
The way she reacted
Clark
gave
took
critics
it further,
the ammunition
referencing
to paint her as the
RG3's
villain.
marriages to white
And
women,
she delivered it
and
to them on a
suggesting
silver
that he
platter.
lacks the cultural
Meanwhile,
grounding to
RG3
speak on the
didn't back
struggles of
down.
athletes like
He
Angel
doubled down
Reese.
on his comments
It was
and
raw,
even dragged others into the
personal,
discussion,
and
like
powerful.
Keith Olbermann.
But
and
even
Dave
with his
Portnoy,
defense of Angel's
who've had
experience,
their own criticisms
Ryan
of
Clark
Angel Reese
wasn't
in the
blind to
past.
her behavior.
This
He
created
made
a
it
media
clear
storm that
Angel
only widened
Reese
the gap between
overreacted.
those who defend
Her
Reese
response wasn't just
and those
about
who
a foul.
think she's damaging
It was
her own
emotion
brand
Angel Reese
by
is
refusing to control her emotions.
probably 90%
Then Michael Thompson,
in,
the father of
made up
NBA
by
star Klay
Angel Reese.
Thompson,
We've seen
added
it.
fuel to
What
the
did he
fire
say?
with his now viral
And why are so many him now calling out Reese for being petty, jealous, and out of control. Oh, we're breaking it all down. If you believe Caitlin Clark handled it like a true pro, drop 100% in the comments to show her some.
Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom.
Made headlines when he publicly claimed that Angel Reese's reaction showed legitimate hate for Caitlin Clark. According to him, you could see it on her face clear as day. He wasn't guessing. He said it like it was a fact. And that's where things got even messier. But then came Ryan Clark, former NFL star turned ESPN analyst, and he wasn't letting RG3 off the hook.
RG3, he said Angel Reese legitimately hates Caitlin Clark.
And he always points out on social media,
you guys are lucky you have Caitlin Clark. You are lucky you have the NBA fever.
The moment that sparked this firestorm wasn't some intense brawl. It was a basic basketball play that escalated into one of the most polarizing moments of the WNBA season. According to a recent matchup Angel between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, jealousy Clark delivered what's commonly known as a take foul on Angel Reese. He said that the way Caitlin Clark has been treated by some players, wasn't just fans or pundits weighing in, reveals that NFL players and major media voices jumped into the fire, and her dominance in a league where she's already the most talked about player.
RG3 called
Ryan Clark didn't invent that idea, but he didn't reject it either.
On her face
he simply asked that we stop pitting these women against each other with racial undertones and instead focus on their individual greatness.
What black women
Still, this entire segment exposed a brutal truth. Angel Reese is feeding into the very narrative she claims to reject. By allowing her emotions to bubble over in public and showing visible frustration every time Caitlin Clark makes a play or draws attention,
does a hard
Reese is
foul,
opening herself up to exactly the type of criticism she says is unfair.
Now, with this play, they did call a flagrant one on Caitlin Clark.
If you don't want to be labeled a villain, stop acting like Clark was trying to prevent an easy 2 points. But what happened next turned a simple foul into a viral headline. As Reese hit the floor, her response wasn't just frustration, it was explosive.
Angel Reese can be great.
And to double down on the us versus them energy. What could have been a short clip buried in the highlights became a cultural lightning rod. Not because of the foul, but because of how Angel Reese reacted to it. Her frustration was raw, loud, and many argue unnecessary. The truth? Caitlin Clark didn't foul harder than any other player would. The only difference was that it was Caitlin Clark. And when you're Caitlin Clark, every move you make is going to be magnified. As the debate over the Caitlin Clark-Angel Reese altercation picked up steam, opinions started flooding in.